neutralizer, who is going to be evening up this matchup. He said Camille, that must mean only one person who's going to be at his side.
Well, I'm not familiar except for the Hurricane, Camille, but we shall see as we await the arrival, and once again, he comes on his time.
It is Camilla Kane. Camilla Kane is here.
Well, that sure is her.
An imposing force in professional wrestling. Nick Aldis has picked quite a competitor to be at his side. Look at the size of her.
Well, obviously, he has gone out because even Nick Aldis won't physically harm a female. He has that much honor, but another female can certainly neutralize Brandy Rhodes, which is exactly the problem that Nick Aldis had in Chicago in one instance, with Brandy's intervention at a very crucial point in the contest. Cody, you remember that one?
Well, I do. I remember there were 2 points in that match that Nick talks about, and it was what happened on the outside and the fact that Earl Hebner did not stop the match. Diamond Dallas Page came out, and then he talks about the time Brandy rolled in.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it any way you want to. Did he see her before he jumped off the corner, or did he go ahead and jump off the corner when he saw her? He says that was another moment that took the title away from him.
Point being, it should have been a count out or it should have been a disqualification in Nick Aldis' mind, and it wasn't, and he blames Earl Hebner.
So he calls this girl now his insurance policy.
Please welcome your champion, the American Nightmare, Cody!
The crowd here at the Asylum on their feet for the American Nightmare, the holder of the 10 pounds of gold.
I'll tell you something, the most famous NWA world title change in history was in 1989 when Ric Flair regained the title from Ricky Steamboat. Steamboat had been a champion for less than 3 months. This man has been a champion for less than 3 months. This is the rematch. Will Nashville be unlucky for new champions again?
I think if you're Cody, you can't look into the past too far. You have to stay in the moment. You have to look to the future. You can't think about stuff like that. You've got to be ready for Nick Aldis at his best.
Here's the chance. One of the, I would say one of the greatest second-generation stars. We saw Dory Funk Jr., another one. But there's no doubt about what Cody Rhodes has done, the American Nightmare.
Cody, of course, you and I are both very familiar with his father, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And you can see the level of passion and emotion and commitment and pride and honor in Cody like you did in the Dream. And I'll tell you what, this is going to be a heck of a contest, and this is what the people here have come to see. You know, Joe, every NWA champion from Lou Thesz to Ric Flair has defended their title in Nashville except for Giant Baba, Kerry Von Erich, and Tommy Rich. Tommy Rich, the only native Nashvilleian to win the title in the 20th century. Jeff Jarrett won it in 2002.
Well, if I recall, Tommy Rich really didn't get out of Georgia with it. It was like only about a week for Harley Race, right?
He barely got out of the Atlanta city limits with that.
That's right.
There you go. I love you, Tommy.
Sign of respect there from Dory Funk Jr. to Cody Rhodes. Look at that smile, the confidence, the cool of the champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is 2 out of 3 falls for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, he is the challenger. Accompanied to the ring by Camille, weighing in at 243 pounds. From Kingsland, England, I give you the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the National Treasure, Nick Aldis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the champion, accompanied by Brandy Rhodes, weighing in at 212 pounds. Out of Marietta, Georgia, he is the reigning, defending NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody.
Boy, look at that collection of wrestling talent, both past and present, Joe.
Listen to this crowd here. Now, if you've been watching the 10 Pounds of Gold series, Cody admits that All In was his hometown. He had hometown advantage in that matchup. He says that this would be neutral ground for Nick Aldis, but just based on the reaction from the fans here, Tony, I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think it is. I don't think that Aldis has any decisive home court advantage here. Now, hang on.
I'm with you, Tony. It's 4 hours down the interstate to Atlanta, Georgia, and the Rhodes family are icons in Georgia. Whereas it's a lot longer drive to Kings Lynn in the United Kingdom.
It certainly is. And I've known Cody since he wrestled in high school, for last year of high school. He was a dominant state heavyweight champion, and he was a legend in the amateur ranks before he became a professional wrestler. Marietta, Georgia is his hometown. That's where I live. And listen to the fans get behind him here. As he said, it's not even 4 hours, Jim. It's really about 3.5 at the most.
And the fans here in Nashville, of course, remember the American dream. When you get over in Nashville, you stay over. I mentioned Herb Welch earlier. He wrestled here for 32 years, over 700 times in the city of Nashville alone, sold out the Hippodrome about 120